All right, you guys, welcome to day 2 of making our amazing creatures here. These characters are going to turn out so fun, and I can't wait to see yours. So I'm kind of showing you where we want to end today once again, and then I'm going to rewind it, and we'll go back to the beginning step by step on how to actually accomplish this. So by the end of class today, we've got that rectangular paper from yesterday. We want to have that with the eyes, nose, mouth on it, ready to go. And then you can kind of see that it's arched out here. Ooh, my stuff isn't glued down. That it kind of sticks out just like that. So that's how that's going to look. Notice the nose as well sticks out. The mouth isn't supposed to, but you know, mine's not glued down yet. Yours will be. Mine's just not because I have to keep it unglued down so I can do demonstrations for this video and multiple classes. Anyway, so this is what we're looking for towards the end of class today. And then tomorrow we will spend our time making some hair and flourishes. Maybe you add in some earrings, some design to the shirt, a hat, all kinds of fun stuff. So start brainstorming what cool things you can add to your character tomorrow too. So let's rewind real quick and see where we're starting and how to get to this end point. So I'm going to take all this apart. Once again, yours will be glued down. I'm using tape on mine just so that it's not permanently on there and I can use it for multiple demonstrations for classes. So here's kind of what yours should look like so far. You should have your shirt and your neck glued down to your piece of paper like that. And then you should have some ears as well. I've actually got a few different sets of ears. I've got some kind of geometric looking ones there. I've got some elfish ones here, as well as some just kind of rounded ones there, so I could pick out which set of ears I want to go with for my my creature's face. All right, so the next step then, where we're picking up today, you should have from yesterday let me get the tape off my fingers, rectangular piece of paper that we said was going to be your character's face, right? So what we're going to want to do, just like you see here, is we're going to fold about a 1/2 inch worth of the outer edge. We're going to fold that in on this side and on the other side as well. So you can kind of see it ends up looking, so you can see the whole thing on the camera, something like that. Okay, so because this is where the glue is going to go so that it holds down on the paper like that. So we need those edges looking kind of like this. So go ahead and fold those on one side and then on the other. Now comes the fun stuff. Now we're going to start creating our character's face to make it look fun however you want. So you've got options here. We can draw, we can cut out of paper, and glue it down. You kind of can choose. So you could just draw a smile onto or whatever face. It could be a frowny face. It could be an angry face. You get to choose. But you're going to draw the mouth onto your character, or if you don't want to draw it, you could also, just like I did here, you could also, let's put the face the right way for you guys, you could also cut one out of any of your colors of paper and you would glue it on down. All right. Once again, I'm not going to glue it because I've got a few classes I need to do this demonstration for. So right now, I'm actually just going to take some tape and I'm going to tape mine down for this demonstration. But you guys would want to use your glue stick and glue it, or once again, you could just draw it right onto your character's face. So take a couple minutes and figure out how you want your character's mouth to look, whether you are cutting it out of paper or drawing it right on there. And I'm going to make a kind of crooked smile here. Make a little fun personality. There we go. My character's got a crooked smile. All right. Next step. Eyes. Our character needs some eyes, right? So once again, you can choose. You want to just draw on some eyes like so, or what I did was I actually took just a white piece of paper that I had and I made some circles like this. And then I took my green paper and I drew an iris and the pupil, and then I would glue that right on top of there. And obviously same for the other side. So now I've got my eyes on there. And if you want to be a little extra and make it even more fun, we've got those googly eyes. You can go ahead and throw some googly eyes on there as well to give it a little extra personality. Up to you. I'm going to take the googly eyes off because I know with tape those aren't going to stick very well right now, but trust me, I will be gluing those on later and it will be amazing. All right, so now I've got the mouth and the eyes. Next step is going to be your nose. And there's all different shapes of noses, right? So once again, you could just draw on a nose if you want to. But if you want it to kind of stick out like a nose does, you can make it three-dimensional as well. One of the easiest ways is to just cut a strip of paper. It can be as thin or as wide as you want. Just know that the thinner it is, the thinner your nose will be. The wider it is, the wider the nose will be. All right? So this is kind of the easiest way, but there's so many ways. I could spend an entire hour just showing you different ways to make noses. So we're going to take a strip like this and bend it about like 3/4 of the way, and then bending it again so that we have a space to kind of glue onto. Once again, kind of like the sides of the face. We always need a space that the glue is going to fit, because glue is not going to work if we try gluing just that little thin edge. So I've got to bend a little bit. Now I've got a space to put my glue, right? And so then I would put the glue here and put the glue here, and my nose would go on just sort of like that. And how cute is that, right? It sticks out. So cute. You could do, once again, different shaped noses too. So this one, you can see I kind of cut it so it almost looks like a tie, right? Or a kite could be another way of describing that shape. And then once again, I folded it about 3/4 of the way and gave a little bit extra bend here. For this one, I'm actually not going to do a bend at the top because I want it to be flat right at the bridge here. So I would take glue, but I'm going to tape it once again. So I put tape on mine, and I would put some glue here. I would put glue here, and that's going to make that nose. So you can see this one then is just kind of flat as it comes to the bridge of the nose, but it still pops out on the side here. And I'll kind of show you guys from the angle what that looks like. All right, but there are so many different shapes of noses that you could do. So experiment and have some fun with this if you choose to do the three-dimensional route. All right, next steps. Now that we've got our face assembled, we're going to put our face onto our background. So we can choose now, do we want our character to have a really long neck, like that, a really short neck, like this, or somewhere in between. So you get to choose, but I would put glue along these edges. Once again for me, I'm just going to put tape for the demonstration purposes here, but you would be using glue on yours, gluing those edges down, and then the next thing that you're going to decide is how wide you want your character's face to be and how far you want it to stick out. So you can see that the wider my character's face is, the less it's going to pop out. The thinner the character's face is, the more it's going to pop out. So you get to decide what you would like yours to look like. I'm going to go kind of in between for mine. Give it a medium length neck and medium width for how wide it sticks out and how far it sticks out. So now mine looks, if we look at it from the side, something like that. All right, last step for today. We're going to choose which ears. So if you made a pair and you're not really too excited, you can always make a new pair of ears. Maybe I go with elvish ears. That's kind of fun, right? Maybe I go with those rounded ones that we made yesterday. I actually think, though, my favorite, I'm going to go with these sort of geometric ears. And once again, I would glue down the back. And ears usually go right next to, if we look on people, your ears are actually kind of like the top of your ear is kind of like right where your top of your eye is. So they don't go way up here. And unless you want it to look like that, you can, right? They usually don't go right down there. Usually with ears, they're going to kind of go similar to where your eyeball line is. All right, and that is where we are ending for today. Once again, tomorrow we'll add on some hair, some flourishes, and add some even more fun and personality to our three-dimensional face characters. All right, have fun, get creative, make these look amazing. I can't wait to see them.